just click on that. Okay, so it's okay. So routing, what does that mean of routing, right? So routing means how will you move the task to one a particularly like correct person. In Pega terminology, like when we say the leave request, so we have generated the leave request. So who is going to approve it? So actually say we are going to approve by the manager or the VP or actually from the HR or from HR VP approval. So it needs to be corrected to routed to the correct person. So Pega provides different concepts behind the routing, how it can go to a correct person. So that actually we have different terminology with that. It will be called as work list or work basket and work group. So what is work list? Work list is the particular user who is actually like case worker or case manager, their personal queue. So they actually like have any task which is assigned to that person. So that would be part of his work list. So work list is doesn't any physical rule or anything. It's just actually like associated with the user itself. So that is mainly like we call it all the tasks which is actually associated with a specific user that we call as work list. And then we call it work basket. Work basket is associated as the unit label. So that is the like is the name suggests is a work basket. So there are a lot of tasks which are not unassigned, right? All unassigned work will be routed to the work basket, and from there, from the work basket, either user can pull the work from there, or manager can assign the work from work basket to the specific user. So that actually work basket, and another terminology we called it work groups. So work groups are are consist of many work baskets within it. So we can have it like a simple work group. So within that, we can associate many work basket to that. So many units can be converted into a single work basket. Like so that it will be called as work group. And users is also associated with the operator. So operator is mainly associated with work group, not with work basket directly. So if he has access to the work group, all the work basket which is associated with that work group will be accessible by that user. So if you see any operator profile, so if you see the current operator, so there is an actually you can see a work tab into that. So here, so whatever the work actually like he's associated will be associated here. So here is that what is the which unit is belongs, which work group he is going to belong to that, and what is his manager. So we can associate his manager name here, and then finally the skill. So there is one more concept we called it skill-based routing. So if what does mean that, so if you say you are in an insurance vertical, you are working on an insurance, and you need a specific onto that. Someone is working onto the health, someone is working on health, travel, someone is working on pet. So they are actually very good in adjusting claims for that specific type of claim. So you can adjust the skills for that particular user. Okay, he is proficient to handling the travel claims. He is proficient in handling in um, pet claims or health claims or motor insurance. Like that, we can set the ratings onto that. So based on that, with the work basket also we associated the skills. So someone who has skills more than that, he can pick the work from that work basket only. If he doesn't have the skills, he cannot pick the work from that specific skilled work basket. So that actually we have skilled work basket concept as well. And then another example of the skills also language. So because most of the company works in a global way, so they have different skills. So if you see someone is working on English, French, German, or something like the technical bit, so that's the way we can set the language specific skills as well. So you can define your own skills as well, and that can be set up into that. So that's if you see the insurance domain is not their skill, so we can add many skills here as well. And this is the work basket is directly not associated with the user. So mainly like we associate the work group of it. And which time zone he is going to work. So that actually we can define with the calendar. And this is actually final thing. If an operator is not available, we can mention that about that. So if you see this one, actually for the user, only this information will be available to him. Actually all other information, the case manager will be not available. So if you see, we start with the case manager or user. So there also they can see their profiles, but they can only they can update this information when he is available or not available, and who will be going to, if he is not available, who is going to work for him. So how the case will be routed to him. So you see here. So these are the profile. So if you want to see edit profile or availability. So availability will show you that the same information which we are seeing in the Designer Studio, he can update his details onto it. When he is not available, only that thing he can update it from here. All other things if it's required, that need to be done by some administrator. So that's some of the basic concept on the operator profile for the routing. And now we'll see how we go for routing into the Pega, more details onto it. So what do you mean by
when you pick that profile, means that profile is of that particular person who is signed in, or is it?
Yes, that who is signed in. That's right.
Okay.
Actually, you cannot update for others. Actually, it will be only for that users only.
So only that user. Okay. No, but I thought it will be like somebody else is judging his skill set and saying, okay, this is going to this guy. You know, 2-3 people are there in the insurance.
No, actually, that's two different things, Manoj. So if you see, this one is actually about the particular user's profile, okay? And what the task is assigned to him, and he is not available for some time. So if you say the user is not available for some time and he is updating his availability, so that the task will be not assigned to him, or if it is assigned, what the action we want to do that. So that's actually we call that. So if you say actually I'm not available from 5 days, so I can make that I'm on leave on this 5 days.
Okay.
And if you like, how we want to go with that? I want to assign it to a different operator, or I want to assign it to a work queue. So that can be set up here directly.
Okay.
And that the transfer is different thing. Actually, like how with that that will be in the manager. So manager is going to assign the work to different people.
Okay. Yeah. So this one is different. Okay.
This is the just a user.
Okay.
So he can see the dashboard here. So this is all the work which is actually complete one. So within that we have actually this one HREAP. So that one of the work basket. So I'll show you that how we can assign the work to him. So with the manager we have one. Yeah, this is for approval to him. Okay. So we'll see that part. So that's actually like the different concept of the routing to the work list. So what do you mean by routing to a work list is actually we are targeting to a specific user. So it will be going to a specific user only, and there are a lot of Pega defined out of the box feature. So that it will be like 2 work list if you are using that. So that will be going to a specific user only. And somehow actually like we have actually concept of dynamic routing as well. So in that scenario, we can use the different decision sheet, so that actually based on the decision, it's going to route it to a correct person. So if you say in the interview panel, a resume is there, and that need to be reviewed by interviewed by particular same technology. So if you say the resume is for Java, so it will go to the Java team. If it is for Pega, it will go to the Pega. If it is related for testing, it will go for testing one. So that actually we can use the dynamic routing based on a decision table or decision tree. So that actually, like, dynamically we can set that up as well. And the work basket that I already told, work basket are nothing but it's actually like a place for unassigned task. So who are actually do access to that work basket can actually go to pick the work from that. So there is two concepts always comes into picture about the routing. We call it push routing and pull routing. So we'll see that as well. So this is actually two concepts. Actually we call it push routing and pull routing. So if we are directly assigning the task to a user, then it is becomes so that become actually your push routing. So because we are assigning the task to a specific user, he needs to complete the task. So in that scenario, then we call it push routing. So this is like if you have the person, if like it's automatically configured, then actually it is going to be push routing, or actually like some of the tasks which is actually like getting breached or SLAs are done, actually we need to complete that high urgency work. In that time, we are going to use the push routing. And pull is that I already told, actually like where users need to like the work is assigned to a work basket and user wants to pick the work from the work basket. So that is the pull routing. And what are the things we need to consider during the routing is the four things. We need to use a lot of standard routers are available into the market, actually about out of the box, so that like specific user, work basket, work group, or party. And we need to configure that actually like we should not use the manual options to the routing. Most of the time actually it's so that we should route it to automatically so that it will not provide any delay or incorrect routing. And we should update the assignment specifications. We should update the document wise. We should update that who is going to perform that, under what condition he is going to do, and when he should approve, when he should reject. All the things we should update that into the assignment specifications. Okay. So we'll see that. Yeah. So if we go back to our case, I'll show you where we can go for routing. So routing, if you see the case wise, yeah. So in the submission flow, I want to go with the normally, like if you see from here itself, if you have that if it becomes multi-process, then if you like, it will be difficult to do it from there. So if you see from this sheet, so this is the assignment sheet, we have different options. So if you say where you want to route to, so that option actually like it's the routing. So there you can see there are multiple options: current user, specific user, work queue, or customs. So current user is the current user who is logged in. It will be assigned to the same user because he will be like he is working onto that, so it will be assigned to him. And if you want to go for a specific user, so we can select that out from that. And if you want to move to the work basket, we can use the work queue. And if you want to the custom one, and there actually like you want to write your own routing logic or anything, we can use this one. So if you say you want to use some of the decision table or automatic, some of the logic need to be defined. So if you say work list, and Pickup provide a lot of routers. So if you see there are simple routers onto that. So if you want to see like from the decision map or decision table or decision tree, and based on that, it will identify which will be routed to. So there you can see to the agent. So a lot of that I talked about the skilled one also. So you have skilled work basket, skilled group, skilled one as well is there. So if you select one of the skilled work basket, it asks you for what the skill level you want for that work basket, so that you can see that. So if someone has the skill onto that work basket, then only he is going to pick the work from there. So normally the same information, whatever we are updating it here, that will be going to reflect into the assignment save of the flow. So if you see in the same flow, if you see that whatever the information we have updated, we can see the same information of the assignment save. So normally in the assignment save, we can see this one, the symbol actually it was routed onto that. So this is actually we can see that it's routed to the current operator. So the routing information can be seen from here. And now actually if you see, okay. So we have HR approval. So I want actually like need to go to the work queue. Okay, we have already done that. Last week we have, okay. Last week I think we have discussed this one routing, right?
We talked about it, but not this deep though. I mean, I don't think you.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, okay,
We
fine.
did.
Okay, fine, okay.
So Mukesh, can you explain about manual routing? Like we saw dynamic routing, which goes through a decision tree, basically a decision shape. It can be decision tree or table, whatever we
Right.
assign it with.
Yeah.
Whereas manual routing, how does it happen? Because in my application that I worked in, we had manual routing also. Is it there in the new version also?
See, actually it's manual routing means actually like it will go to the work basket, and from there actually someone need to click that one. Actually that one. Actually there's no manual routing. It's like in real time, or you want to transfer it to someone else. So there is an option. You want to transfer the case to someone else. So that you can do it anytime as well. So that we
that
need
is
to
a
edit it locally.
you were saying like that we can ourselves do, the user has access to do.
Yes, that's right. So if you say, okay, I'm going to create some more tasks, and actually like it will be assigned to the work basket. So user can actually like pick the work from there. So I need to create some users for that, separate users. Okay, let me do that one. Okay, so here I'm just going to create a manager. And there we go. Yeah. So I'm just creating one more user ID as a manager. Oh, already created that. So I'm going to click HR create. And so I've created some of the users, so we're going to use that in our. So here actually we are assigning the work to. Okay, to change the access flow, I want to make a manager. This one also manager. Fine. So this actually KPC is going to the work basket, right? And actually from there, actually we can see it's going to the work basket, and we can pick the work from the work basket directly. And the upper one, if you see from that, we have used the distance here. So if you see under the manager, yeah. So actually like it's going to be done by the current. So actually we want to go with the reporting manager. So ultimately it will pick the reporting manager. So for time being, actually we have made that the manager will be HR admin at the rate of that one. So it will go to him. And for VP approval, we want to assign it to cost manager. Fine. Or we can go with the specific work of operator. So if we want to go with the HR at the rate of, so it will go to the HR VP directly now. Okay. Just oh, I'm not using anything. You put some condition before, right? Fine. So I'm just going to use a different user now, so that we can see how it will be look like a complete user, and we can log in with the different users. So I'm going to log in with the of the user. I have not mentioned the manager. I'll just update that one as well. User at the rate of VP. So this is the user we are logging in separately. Okay. So there, if you can see, this is here is going to create a new time of case. One minute. I just want to update the manager for him. User at the rate of VP. So if we have selected bereavement leave, and we start this 24. So all the details are coming. We submit that. It will ask for the bereavement leave now. What's the details onto the bereavement? Okay. So we see end date will be 30th. Leave time will be close relative. And submit. So this is your part. Yeah. So that's actually basically why it's like that. It skipped the approval. I think we have used some skip stage onto the approval. Okay. That if you like skip the stage completely. Yeah. But currently, like we have not used this, the condition should not be satisfied with that. Okay. Oh, okay. I think we should use one more condition. The leave type should be PTO as well. The type of request. So actually, I took the leave type as bereavement and PTO becomes less than 2, so it skipped that one as well. So I need to go for this condition. So it should be type of the request should be PTO, and then it will be going to be the case. Otherwise, it will going to do every time for others as well. So now I'm going to create a new one. Not from here. We'll go to the deadline. 1 minute. Sorry. So now it will go for the approval. So now you can see that this is go to the work basket. And we should not able to accept. How come it's okay? If you see, actually, in this time, actually, it's go to the work basket. From the work basket, anyone can pick it up. So it goes to the work basket, and from there, it's able to pick that up from anyone. So if you say, I have approved the same. So it's now it is HR approved, and if you look at HR as the in the routing there is some problem happening. That the user is not available, so that's why okay. This is a different one. Um, we'll try with one more one. Okay. This one actually. I'm trying with a different leaf style. It basically gets stuck onto that or not. Oh, something actually, yeah. One of them actually getting problem with that, which I gave the values. Student application. 1 minute. Time more. If you want to do this, also. Good. This is doing that. You were also. I'm sorry to like this one actually like it's not working as expected onto the routing part. I'll just see actually like I need to see the logs why actually where it's getting logged because from directly it's not showing any errors. So I need to check the logs for the same to manager to fix it. Okay, fine. I just need to log in with the manager. I think he can able to see that out. So if you see we have let's go to one more window. This one is no problem. Why it's open? It should be open a new window for me, but okay, I'm going to put that. So we have this unit 226. Oh, it was not assigned to me. I think I've wrongly given the some of the routing one. I'll check that out. Okay, I'll tell you that one tomorrow. Actually, where is the getting problem? Yeah, it's everything is fine. Admin API. Might be I need to. Yeah. So now I think the case was not saved properly. So if you can see now, one of them actually assigned to manager, another is assigned to default at the rate of P. So okay, case was not saved properly, so that's why it's coming on to that. So now if you see the case was properly assigned to manager and one is going to work basket. So this is the HR work basket we choose to define onto that. So this is the manager is going to approve the same. Oh, the decision table we don't want any. Okay, we can choose yes for the time being, so that it will go to the next one. So we have assigned it to again to administrator. So that actually we have given that the VP approval. So name was. So it's now going to be the VP approval. It's going to be that. Yeah. So now it's actually pending VP approved. And this is when the final HR1. You can see that out. So we can do the same. Oh, no routing information was provided for this assignment. Pending request. Oh, this one we made the custom one. It will be the current user itself. So that is like it was now routed successfully. Let me move that further. Yeah. So finally, like so that's the different. Sorry, actually there was due to some error. Actually, it's we have not saved it properly, so the routing was not working properly. So that way, I showed you how we can go for the different routing actually with the current user, specific user, work user, and custom one. In custom, we have different routers, so that way we can route it to a work list, or work queue, and then there is a concept of pull routing and push routing, and finally the skill-based routing as well. So this one is not required that much in detail, but I've covered that in depth so that it will be useful if you ask, like in the certification point of view, it's not required that much. Actually, just I think whatever I covered, just 10% of that is required. You just need to know the basic things onto it. How that is happening and how that practically happening is not required in that in depth. So that's actually we going to routing part actually we have done. So we'll cover the reporting, delegation, and correspondence tomorrow. So that actually like we're going to cover the automatic business policy with that by tomorrow, and then we'll start the DCO part of it. So Priyanka, you have some questions, so we can discuss that out questions now.
Okay, cool. 1 second. So, can everyone open the link that I sent, or should I copy paste it? It has a diagram and all that. It will be easier if we go to it. It's question number 64 and 65 in the 7.1 questions that I had sent.
Uh,
Or I can share screen.
you can share your screens. That will be better, Priyanka.
Okay.
Ashok, can you make Priyanka as the presenter?
Can someone just give me the meeting ID again? I'm connecting through the laptop.
374
Okay.
162 413. 374 162 413.
Okay, I'm logging in now.
Yeah.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yep, I can see.
Okay.
We lost it now.
The question number 64.
I'm not able to see this.
Yep, now we can see.
Question number 64. Sorry.
No, we can see. I think, you're not presenting anything right now.
Oh, I am presenting actually. 1 second, let me check.
It says Mukesh as presenter, not you.
Yeah, I think actually it's my screen only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so actually like, I got that the same question. I can show that now. Okay.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. So we have questions. 63, right?
64.
64. Okay. Okay.
Can you just zoom it a bit?
Yeah. So Roger received an assignment during the business hours on Tuesday 14th. The assignment is governed by the foreign service level. Okay. Okay. So it states that okay, 1 day, 3 days, and 1 day. And urgency is going to be increased by 15. Urgency is going to increase by 20, and urgency is going to increase by 15 here. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So if you say assuming a Monday to Friday 5-day work week with no holiday or time off, determine the day on which the urgency adjustment caused by the service level to reach 70. So what's the initial urgency? Okay. So if you see now if you say like initial urgency is 0, okay. So on first actually if Monday started, so in the Tuesday it's going to be 15th. Okay, start by 0 to 15, so it will be 15 on Tuesday. And after that there will be 3 days deadline, right? So deadline will be occurred like starting with 3 days from the Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So Thursday morning, the deadline
No,
is
but
to be break.
deadline will start only from Wednesday, right? Up to Tuesday, it is only in the goal day.
See,
No? Oh,
deadline
okay.
and goal, actually if you say goal and deadline works in this way. When the assignment is started, goal is started and deadline is started. Both
Oh,
started in
same
that
time.
way. So 4 and 8 hours. So within
Oh,
4 hours you should complete goal, and within 8 hours you should complete your work. So that becomes the deadline. So it started with the Monday, both goal and
can you
deadline
repeat that
started
again? Sorry, it was
together.
breaking.
Yeah. What I'm saying
Okay.
is goal and deadline both started when the assignment SLA started together.
Okay.
So if it's a one task need to be finished, the maximum time is 8 hours. 4 hours is for your um, optimum time. So when you start in the Monday, one day you are given. So Tuesday morning your goal is braced, and on Thursday morning your deadline is braced. 3 days for that for deadline
Okay.
and for goal 1 day. Okay. So if you
Okay.
see Monday we started onto that. So Tuesday morning goal is braced, so 15, and on Thursday morning your deadline is braced, so it is increased by 20 more, so 35. Okay. And
Okay.
after that deadline is after the deadline. So 1 day after every day it will going to start with 1 day. So on Friday it will going to increase by 15 more. So that will become 50, and then on Monday it will going to increase by more 15, 65, and on Tuesday it's supposed to, so Tuesday is not here at all.
So under like day 1, 2, and 3, right? From day 2, the deadline will be added. Goal score won't be added. Like the goal urgency won't be added.
Yeah, again it will not, it will be only added once. Goal and deadline only added only once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that initial urgencies, the question is not complete. So there should be some initial urgency should be there. So it will be, if the initial urgency will be 10, so it will be reached by Monday or Friday 17 itself. There is some, the question is not complete one. So the diagram which we are seeing here now, it's not the complete diagram.
Yeah, it doesn't round off to 60 exactly, right? Even if we
Okay. So we got that, okay, in the Tuesday 14th, you can see this diagram. We are getting that on Tuesday 14th. Okay. That's the,
oh,
we
okay.
have not seen that. Okay. So it's, we have got that in the Tuesday. Okay. So if you got in the Tuesday, then one initial urgency should be there as well. So that is the missing in this one. 5-day work week. cannot be breached with the Friday itself. If the answer is wrong in this one, because the deadline is put 3 days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, deadline is put 3 days. If it will be 1 day, then it is going to be reached by Friday. Because on the Tuesday, on when it is going to breach onto that, yeah. The question is like it's the data is not correct into this one.
Okay.
Normally, it will work in this way. Initial urgency we are assuming that is not given, so we are assuming it's 0. So if it is Tuesday, so on Wednesday it will be going to be 15 on 15th, and then it should be 1. Actually, if in the question wise, if you see, it should be 1 in that. So if it is on the Thursday, it is going to increase by 20. Then also it becomes 35, and then on Thursday morning, it's going to increase by 15, so that becomes 50. Then it's not getting to reach Friday. The question is something it's like, okay, so it should be Wednesday 22nd. Actually, in my answer, it should be this one. So if you say first on 14th we have started, so on Wednesday we increase by 15, and after the 3 days, so it will be going to increase by Friday, right? So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday morning it will increase by 20, so that become 17th. So 18th, 19th will be holiday. Okay, so that is the, we have reached 35 on that. So in Monday morning it increased by 15th more, so that will become 50, and Tuesday morning it increased by 15th more, so that will become 65, and Wednesday morning it is going to increase by 15 more, that will become 80 on that day. So it should be Wednesday 22nd in this one.
Okay. So always initial urgency is different from the goal urgency score.
It depends actually. Like if you see your case, okay, if you see in the settings, okay, so this is the case. Actually, we just show you about yeah. So if you see, you have initial urgency will be there into that. No, it's not in the SLE rule. We can see from. So here,
Okay.
so whenever we assign an necessary rule, we have this option. What is the initial urgency? So if you want to increase by 10, so it will initial urgency. So most of the time it will be 0 or 10 in that. So this time it was 0, so we are assuming the same 0. So it will be going to reach on 22nd. This one. This should be the answer for this one.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, Priyanka.
Yeah. And the second one is a continuation of the same thing. 65.
Okay. After 14 for hours, the following service level will adjust the assignment adjustments to what available. After 14 hours. What 14 hours? The following service level rule will adjust the assignment adjustment to what level? After 14 hours.
So a day is calculated as 24 hours in goal, or is it like 12 hours? Like
no, actually it's depend on to the day. Actually, like 24 hours only. Like if it's a days, we'll calculate in 24 hours only.
Okay. So by 14 hours, it will fall within one more pass deadline. Because
the 14 hours, it will be not goal is not breached. Right.
But
actually,
it says additional. It says additional 14 hours from the whatever sum we had calculated after 14 hours. Oh, okay. After food following SLA.
Like, so what actually the question is not complete one. Actually, like after what 14
Right,
hours
because
actually.
according to you, exactly, they haven't mentioned. Then in that case, it is initial urgency is 0 means it will only be 0 within 1 day. If it
Yes.
is after 14, just assignment urgency to what value? Suppose it is 14 hours from the first question. From 70. So meaning
Yeah, and then actually if it is 14 hours, then again, actually like no one answer is getting to match into that. The question is
yeah,
not
exactly.
complete.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
why I
question is
told you
not
it's not
correct. Yes.
it's not correct. That's
Yeah,
why I never
actually,
really.
yeah, you'll not get like these questions. Like you will not get the
Okay.
continuation questions in this one.
Okay.
Anyway, actually
Okay.
they will going to give you another set of questions. You will not get the continuation questions in exams.
Can you just do a normal past deadline sum that probably next class so that I understand the concept? Just that because.
Okay, sure, we'll do that one.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Sorry to like for that error one. Actually, we got delayed for some that part, the routing delay. Okay. Finally. So we'll continue for tomorrow again. We'll see the reporting and delegation and notification. The three concepts is related to the automatic business policy, and then we'll start with the DCO part of it. Okay. Thanks a lot. Thank you a lot, everyone.
Thank you.